Clerkenwell at 7 p.m. was a scary place to be on Saturday night at London Fashion Week. Why? Because it was the Burberry show, the biggest show in London so far, and the fur protesters were out and shouting very loudly, so much so that it felt like a riot in EC1. Kate Moss, Cara Delevingne, Naomi Campbell, Alexa Chung were out in glamorous force, but it was a far cry from the posh tent in Kensington Gardens that we all used to race to every season. Burberry inside it was like an unloved church hall in the coolest possible way, with frowgoers seated on wonky benches and beaten-up folding chairs. Think school fete in the 90s, especially when the Pet Shop Boys soundtrack kicked in, and the models stomped by wearing classic Burberry check baseball caps, fantastic see-through rubber hoodies, tartan socks and sandals all thrown over silky lace skirts. With woolly tank tops, oversized Burberry trenches, smatterings of diamante on ears, brooches and frocks. These were the Burberry pieces that just worked really well. Frocks you really wanna wear at JW Anderson. I wanted to strip it all back this season. It was all about reducing, said Jonathan Anderson backstage after his show. And strip it back he did. Gone were the seated rows, replaces instead by black plastic schoolesque chairs that snaked around Yeomanry House. In the middle was a simple woven rug on which artworks from Nicholas Byrne and Anne Lowe were placed, while his show notes referenced clarity, simplicity and focus. This was reflected both in the simple tactile fabrics and the silhouettes. Think raw edges, linen skirts and embossed fabrics that were almost dishcloth-esque. Childhood dolls with a dark twist at Simone Rocha. I was inspired by my childhood collection of China dolls, explained Simone Rocha post-show. I dug them out for my own daughter. Last season was all about maturity, but this season one wanted to look at innocence and nostalgia. Set in Embankment's Middle Temple Hall, the stained glass windows and dark oak furniture complemented her themes of naivety and satire. There were girly romantic dresses, ruffles, frills and broderie on glaze, but also the slightly more sinister with darker floral prints. I like to play with the idea of the darker side of the Victorian doll too, Rocha added. With embellished hair slides, oversized pearl drop earrings and little silk purses, this was Simone at her gloriously dark Irish self. Sadiq at Molly Goddard, who knew the Mayor of London was to fashion Molly Goddard, that the Mayor of London would go to the achingly cool fashion show Molly Goddard was enough to get everyone chatting, but when Edie Campbell took to the runway with a cigarette and a glass of champagne in hand, the fun just didn't stop. The show notes revealed that she was on the way to the gallery and going for a steak. Who knows, but we couldn't help falling for the hot pinks, yellows and black taffeta frocks. It was the ultimate wilderness dressing up box.